today. He is riding rotation somewhere at some hospital. So I got Willie Vision today. So we're going to work on how to make homemade biscuits. If you look over here, we got our self-rising, our Crisco. My pan is already greased. I got all my other stuff getting ready to go. So we're going to do this. Hopefully it turned out okay. It's been a while since I made it, so we'll try it. So I use about 4 cups of flour. I use about 1 scoop of this. So Willie gonna come in here a little tighter on me. And what I like to do to get my Crisco through it is I use a fork and kind of knead it through. I'm gonna show Willie how to make biscuits today. Now, I was showed this many moons ago, and it was by my officer at the time, Lawrence Peoples. And so old Lawrence, when I came in as a rookie, almost 25 years ago, Lawrence, I came out to 8, and he asked me, first question is, do you know how to make biscuits? And I said, no, sir, I don't. And he said, well, good, because I'm showing you today. And then from then on out, every shift, I made biscuits. Every shift. Until I got it right. And then after I got it right, then I had to make it again. So today, we have been dedicating the last couple shows to brand new cooks and rookies. Because if you like me and Willie, we get a new rookie in, and he has no idea what to do about anything. So, why not teach him how to cook, right, Willie?
That's right.
That's right. All right, so here we go. Kneading it through, making sure it all gets good and covered in here, like so. And now what I do is I leave them off to the side, and then I just go grab. This is how he taught me to do it. I go and I grab it and pull it in, and then mix it through. Now, it's not the perfect way. Other people have different ways. You see some people do it with butter, and he always used a little bit of Crisco. So also, it already greased my pan. Some people use black skillets. I happen to use, he always used Pyrex, and so that's what I always make it with. So you can see we got a few little pieces left. This is actually the hardest part, is this part. We kneading it through. Make sure everything gets covered. Okay, got that last piece. And what I do is, as I'm pulling it through, trying to get it all mixed in here, I just kind of knock that out of the way, keep it up there at the top so it don't get lost in here and all my flour. And then I just go grab a little bit of it and pull it through. So this is the rookie edition today. And so Willie, did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Awesome.
Awesome Thanksgiving. Did you eat too much?
Nope.
Nope. Willie, what is your favorite? You get interviewed sometimes if you're hanging out with me. What is your favorite Thanksgiving dinner? Meal. What's the favorite part about Thanksgiving? Meal-wise.
Sweet potato. Sweet
potato. The casserole?
Yep, and the pie.
And the pie. So which one you leaning more towards? Hold tight. I also have sausage cooking right now as we speak. The sweet potato pie. Yeah. My wife, I have to say, she makes a sweet potato. I don't know if you ever had this before. She makes a casserole that is actually uses shredded instead of the mashed. So it's almost like a hash brown casserole, but made with sweet potatoes. Phenomenal. I can't even go back to the old way. I know my mom probably don't hear that, but I have a hard time going back to that other one. I got spoiled with sweet potato casserole. So, all right. So as you can see, it's all kind of pulled through. You want to make sure all the big pieces is cut. And now what we'll do, I did wash my hands. Now we're going to pour a little bit of buttermilk in it. I may need a little bit more, but we'll be all right. So I use my spoon, the same one. And as far as this goes, this may be about a less than a cup, 3/4 of a cup, something like that. I just took 1 scoop of it and stuck it in there. I'm going to mix this all around. Now, some people like it a little bit wetter, some dry. I'm kind of in the middle. And I kind of play it. I don't really measure my buttermilk. I just kind of eyeball it. Okay. So you can see it still kind of broke up. So what's that mean, Willie? More buttermilk.
More.
Need a little bit more buttermilk. And I got some more in the fridge. The good thing today is we're taped, so if these turn out terrible, we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about this film. I'll be right back. Hang tight. We don't have to worry about this film anymore. We can just do it up. A little bit more. And what you want it almost like a really thick, at least as far as I'm concerned, a really thick batter. Yeah, a little sticky. What we can do, we'll dry it out a little bit when we put some flour on it. So now, that's kind of what you want. You want it kind of where it sticks together. Okay. Some people like a little bit wetter, a little bit dry. I'm kind of in the about like that for the consistency. Okay. Any questions so far, Willie? You good?
No.
Awesome. All right. So now, to get this out, now you can use the table. You can use the cutting board, whatever you prefer. It's up to you. Take a little bit of this. I'll sprinkle it out here like so. All right, may need a little bit more, so what I like to do is just kind of keep it a little bit, and I'll just keep them over here out of the way. Okay, got my pen. Now you can use a cup. I was taught with a rolling pin, but you see it's still kind of pretty sticky. Now my lieutenant makes pretty good biscuits, though. It's gonna be tough to beat those today. So he thinks I've kicked him out of the kitchen, but I haven't. And what I'll do is I'll use this a little bit, and I'll kind of dry it out a little bit so it doesn't stick to my hands. Just take a little bit and put it on there. Okay. Now what you don't want to do, I'll put a little bit up here to play with. What you don't want to do is you don't want to overwork it. So he would get on to me all the time, Lawrence would, about messing with it too much. Now once I've got it kind of where I like it, I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way. And as you can see, looking decent so far. Willie approved. And what we'll do, just lightly pat it to get it where it's not sticky anymore. We're going to spread it out. Now, the rolling pin, this is the secret right here. You don't want to keep working it over and over and over. It's going to make it tough. Use a little bit on this, like so. And now we're going to roll her out. Like that. I feel like I'm on a painting. I think that's what old Bob Ross used to say it was like so. I'm not sure. That old painting guy. I used to like him. Happy little trees. These are happy little biscuits. So anyway, so now we got it kind of flattened out. Now, here's the key. We're going to grab it. It's ripping a little bit. So it's sticking there. So that's not a good thing. I may have to pull it from this side. Oh, it's too wet, Willie. Look what I did. Which is alright. That happens sometimes. That may be why we didn't go live today. I have not made it in a while, so I can tell. Now, obviously another show, they'll have this perfected. They won't come out of retirement and make biscuits. That'd be a terrible idea. Whose idea was that? Okay. Like so, however thick you want them. So, like I said, I did do, you'll see it, I did do a little bit dry. So we'll cut it. Kind of get the end flour on it. And spinner. And spinner. I go ahead and cut all mine up first. Then go grab them. Open it up so I can get to it. Lay them in there. Lay them in there. So you can see I got a little bit too wet, so that was alright. And some people, like I said, will do it differently. Like that. So now take what I got left over. I'm trying not to make too big a mess so Willie don't have so much to cook. I mean to clean up here in a few minutes. Because Doogie's gonna skip out on him. He's gonna be by himself. Okay. Spin and spin. Well, Willie, they look alright. I don't know how they're gonna taste, but they look alright. And then we're gonna try to make enough where we can make two more. So I usually just kind of pat out one where I can cut it, like so. And then my last one will be probably a little bit smaller one. And last but not least, my last little biscuit. So, Willie, what you think? How they look?
Looking good so
Not
far.
too bad. Not too bad. All right. So we're gonna put these in the oven, and we'll come back with you in a few minutes. We've got the oven on 450. It'll probably take about 15-20 minutes, give or take. Wash my hands off real good. And we'll check back with you and see if they actually taste any good. So when we get done, what we'll end up doing is pull them out of the oven right before they're done, put a little bit of butter on top, and then we'll go from there. And hopefully they'll taste all right. So I haven't made them in probably about 5 or 6 years, so we'll see how that goes. I don't have any magic oven today, so we'll put them in the oven. You ready to go?
What's your oven temperature?
It's on 450, and like I said, about 15-20 minutes. I'm also cooking, you want to slide over here real quick. I'm also cooking deer sausage today, my lieutenant brought for us. So I've been cooking them on low, just because it is pretty lean usually, and we don't want to dry it out too bad. So they do put a little bit of fat in them, of course. So that'll be close here in a few minutes, and we're going to do a little eggs. So anyway, Rancancook, be back with you in a few minutes, and we'll see how those biscuits turned out. Thank y'all. All right, welcome back. So we're about to get the biscuits out. They've been cooking for about 20-25 minutes. I ended up at the 20-minute mark. got out, took a little bit of stick of butter, and just rubbed it on the thing on individually. And like I said, it was on 450 for about 20 minutes. About the 20-minute mark, I did that. Took a couple more minutes and got it done. So now I'm gonna show you one of the hardest things to do is to fry an egg properly. So we're gonna do this. I got my heat on about medium. Okay, don't want it too hot, but you want it good and warm. And I always crack mine on the side. Some people do it on here. I like to bust mine right here. Okay. Now, I use a little bit of pound, a little bit of spray, olive oil spray. Crack it on the side. Now, I cook mine over medium. If you don't know the difference in the eggs, they're my new people, or you never fried an egg. Okay. Over medium means whites are done, yellows run. Now, obviously, if you'd rather have your yellows completely done, you can either cook them completely, or you can kind of bust them up and they'll cook faster that way too as well. They're out weak. So some people do it a little bit hotter. I don't really like mine super hot. It will get hot fast if you're not careful. If you like yours like an over easy, I think you can actually get ready to flip it here in a second, and your whites will still have a good bit of run to them. Or if you like them sunny side up, you just leave them sitting here the whole time till it completely cooks. Yeah, Willie, I taught you all that in eggs. You didn't even know all that stuff. All right. So what we're doing is I've got it on about medium, and we're getting ready. Some people put a little salt and pepper. I don't mess with people's eggs too much. With a big pan like this, you can probably cook 5 or 6 at a time. Obviously, this is mine because it's 3 eggs. I already cooked Willie's, so his has been done. I always cook. Whoever's the new guy at the station, I always cook his first. That way his are kind of cold and the rest of ours are cold. Sorry, I can't help myself. All right, so I recount on our biscuits real quick. What we ended up doing, we used 4 cups of flour, 4 small cups of flour, probably about a half a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup of the Crisco, and we kind of kneaded it all the way through, and then we just probably ended up being what you think, Willie, on as far as how much buttermilk you think I used. Probably about
a cup.
About a cup, okay. And like I said, to do the egg frying here, we kind of grab the edges and flip her over. And kind of keep knocking it till she falls over completely. Not perfect at it. I do mess up sometimes. My wife cooks a pretty good fried egg. And we cooked that, like I said, 450 degrees. I did it on Pyrex. Make sure we grease the bottom so it'll come off. That way you can reach down and move. Bottoms are nice and brown. And kind of go from there. So you put a little salt and pepper on there. We got probably about another 30 seconds on those eggs, and I'm good with it. Willie likes his eggs a little bit done, a little bit more, so I got that done. So his are in here in the microwave already ready to go. They're sitting right here. Him and LT's. And today also we're having turkey sausage, which should be pretty good.
Deer sausage or turkey sausage?
Oh, I'm sorry, we had a deer sausage. Thank you. I forgot which wild animal we're eating today.
You.
I forget sometimes. All right, so pretty simple on the eggs. Now what we're doing is lifting them off, and they're good to go. So if you have any, I will post up at the bottom the ingredients on the biscuits, and I don't really think I can post up anything about eggs. So we kind of go from there. I know Claude's working day, so Willie vision today, so a little bit. I know it's not the same, but Willie's just almost as good as Claude. So anyway, so thank y'all for your time. Have a great day. Hope you make you some Rancancook biscuits. Appreciate it.